before I get started with this video, I just want to say one thing. It costs money to get these court files. So with that being said, all I ask, ladies and gentlemen, is to hit that like button and leave a comment. You ain't even got to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? But hitting that like and leaving a comment do force YouTube into recommending this video to new viewers. So with y'all help, this video can get out there. Now, we all done seen Seti Nash video on the court filings of, you know, the murder with Duck, right? Now, as y'all can see here, if you zoom in a little bit, that filing was on August 4th, man, 2023, right? It's the latest it can be. It could be 6, but I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and be 08/04/23. Now, what I'm about to show y'all is the latest filings in the case. These ain't free, man. Now, what we looking at is the latest filings in the case. Filed 8/11/23, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 12th. All right. Now, the new stuff that came in that caught my attention was, we're going to go through it all. And don't forget to smash that like button, man. The new stuff that's in this, other than what we seen in Seti video, right here, y'all. This MUWOP joint. This is filed on 8/11/23, page 22 or 28. The acts are direct evidence of the enterprise and its alleged indictment are not governed. Okay, we see basically as a member of the MS-13 as an element of the RICO. It is submitted. See, I ain't even go through none of this. I just actually came across it and just started doing the video. So y'all get my instant reaction as well. But a lot of this stuff. Alright, so basically the new stuff. Let's go through it all, though. But again, though, y'all, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But the newest thing that I noticed, though, you say dude from 63rd couldn't get back up, y'all. Fuck with it or no. Now, they basically saying, again, these are acts direct evidence of the enterprise as alleged in the indictment and are not governed by rule. So it's not really straight. Okay, let's go to the beginning, though. Now, as y'all can see here, this is Charles Liggins versus the United States of America, 21 CR 618. Now, says the existing activities and purpose of the O Block street gang, including evidence that O Block members committed murders and other violent crimes, engaged in narcotics trafficking, and publicly displayed and pronounced various markers of their affiliation with O Block. This evidence is directly relevant to establishing that O Block was an enterprise and engaged in racketeering activity as required under USC 1959. So basically what they're trying to do is implement the RICO Act. And if they can get that, man, and tie in Dirk name into something like this, Dirk might be getting a indictment. If you're, listen, man, we gonna keep going through, man. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on that. Now, as y'all can see here, use falsified documents to obtain a vehicle used in the charge of the murder. That's Carlos. This evidence directly established offered participation in the murder and his evidence concealed participant. Okay, so basically, man, there's a lot going on. And as y'all all know, basically, they saying it all happened over a female. You know what I'm saying? Teasy was somewhat shitty over something that happened years ago. You know what I'm saying? So he seen that, man. It's crazy, though. But you know what I'm saying there? But what the documents is stating though, y'all, is that D thing stood over Duck. So factual background, the charges, as y'all can see here, charges Liggins, Kenny. We got Carlos, Christopher, Marcus Smart. Y'all already know that's MUWOP. Ralph, was charged in 7 counts. Spread indictment. We already know about that. Using and carrying. We know about that. Conspiracy to murder. We all know about that. Assault with deadly weapon. Using it. Okay, those are all the counts. The enterprise, though. And this is what Dirk needs to stay well away from. It's already well documented in songs, pictures, and all that, so it might be hard to fight. But I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if they try to tie him into something to do what happened with Duck. Let's keep reading. As alleged in the indictment, defendants were all members and associates of an enterprise known as the O Block Street Gang. We all know about that. I think Seti already spoke about this one. O Block members identified themselves such through tattoos, jewelry, social media handles, online posting, and some instances through music videos and song lyrics. O Block members operate according to a hierarchy, and members attain higher status and power in the gang by shooting others. This is particularly true if they kill opposing gang members, known as ops, and even truer if they kill ops who hold a high rank or status in the opposing gang. O Block members also attain status in the gang by accumulating wealth, including through drug dealing or by developing a music career. Alright, now, O Block members act as a group with common purpose. For example, they pay dues to the gang and enforce that gang's territory. Now, this is something I ain't heard in a long time. Paying dues. If them niggas in O Block is still paying dues, that is straight gang shit. Niggas don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff done broke off into cliques, if you feel me. So a lot of that traditional stuff that was going back on in the 90s, 80s, and stuff in the past, we don't see that today. So if O Block was getting down like that, that's some real gang shit. Now, as you can see here, O Block members act as a group, you see, including by limiting who's permitted to sell drugs at Parkway Gardens. They also honor deceased O Block members, including by having their names engraved on O Block jewelry. Indeed. Oh, now check this out. That's like every hood. Y'all know how the O set up, man. If you ain't from there, it's obviously that you ain't. Because everybody that's from there, everybody know. Small little community blocks names itself as in homage of one of the deceased members. We know about OD, who was killed in 2011 by an opposing gang member. Now, we all know who did that too, but we ain't gonna talk about it. O Block has a years-long violent rivalry with STL, set of the Gangster Disciples. STL is a reference from the area of 63rd and St. Lawrence Avenue in Chicago. STL is sometimes referred to Tukaville, named after Shondale Tuka Gregory, who was also killed by members of the Black Disciples in 2011. The rivalry between O Block and STL has been marked by murders and attempt murders by members of both gangs, set out in some detail. Alright, the charges against all defendants center around the murder of Carlton Weekly, including the manner in which that murder took place, as well the reasons underlying it. Weekly, who rapped using the stage name FBG Duck, was a member of STL, set of Gangster Disciples, in the eyes of O Block and the other gang sets, which O Block was allied and clicked up with. Alright, we already know who O Block was clicked up with. Them niggas clicked up with THF. They slick fucking with them niggas over there on off 600. You know what I'm saying? But Mimo got some shit, fluky shit going on. I don't know how that shit really tying in nowadays, because you know how that's going. I don't know if y'all up on that, but let's keep reading. On July 10, 2020, Weekly released the song Dead Bitches with lyrics. And we already know about Dead Bitches, man. He dissed everybody. He dissed Sherrod. Man, that nigga dissed OD. That nigga dissed everybody. He dissed Keita. Nigga, he dissed basically everybody that you can think of in that video. It even stayed here. OD Perry was killed in 11. Sherrod. He dissed T-Roy. He dissed basically everybody, man. Everybody that really failed recently. On August 4th, 2020, less than a month after Weekly released Dead Bitches, Weekly was shot and killed less than a month after. And 2 individuals were shot and injured while Weekly shot for his son, Chicago Coast neighborhood. Now, the reason why the feds came down on this like that, y'all got to take in consideration. If Duck would have died on STL, it wouldn't went this far. But anytime that y'all think y'all about to stop these white folks' money, you got the game fucked up. You want me to tell you why? Because in that area, it's a high-paid tax area. So you bringing crime over there is going to make them high-paying tax people leave out that area. Chicago ain't going for that. They already battling a lot of crime, and that's why they going through gentrification right now. But we ain't gonna talk about that. More at around 359 retail store boutique located at 50 East Oak Street. As y'all can see here, when Turpin entered, Weekly was already in the store. Weekly left the store approximately at 4:05, followed shortly thereafter by Turpin. Turpin is a black disciple and associated with Trigger Happy Family, often referred as THF or 4-6. Y'all already know that's what they zoo rep. A gang set of black disciples that was clicked up with O Block as a result of the assassination. Turpin knew that THF members and O Block members wanted Weekly dead and would travel to Oak Street to kill him. Now, it was really over a female. Now, get this, y'all. This is the exact same thing that happened between Larry Hoover and King Shorty. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. But check this out. Disciples that clicked. The government believes that Turpin alerted the other defendants that Weekly's location approximately at 4:02, while Weekly and Turpin were both still in the boutique. The other 5 charged defendants, all whom were located at Parkway Gardens, appeared to get some news. Now, what's crazy is they got them all on camera, on highways and all that. And what's crazy is a lot of people don't realize there's cameras everywhere nowadays. By the year 2035, it's going to be very hard to kill somebody and get away with it. It's going to be cameras every single where in your car. Already got them in the phones. Like, man, bro, y'all got to get real smart because the way y'all jumped out, the way it happened, man. Defendants Liggins Thomas traveled to Oak Street in the Gray Chrysler 300. Defendants offered in Smart Road and offers the car, black person, whoop-de-whoop. We already heard about that on that one. While Turpin was in the Montclair, he made a phone call that was particularly audio and video recorded by the store security guard. On the call, Turpin stated he was not armed, that he had seen Duck, he had provided the address, he had added that some people were already on their way, in other words, having earlier alerted others that Weekly location. Turpin was also provided a status report to have Weekly murdered. Around 4:18 a.m. Weekly, approximately 7 minutes before Weekly was murdered, and while 5 defendants were still en route from Parkway Gardens, defendant Roberson exchanged text messages with another person In some, the individual contacted Roberson to let Roberson know that he/she wanted to give Roberson back a gun. Roberson responded at 4:19 that this person should take the gun to the O because Roberson was on duck, which means I'm on duck. He on duck ass. He on his way to duck. Niggas is clown out. In other words, Roberson could not accept the firearm in person because he was busy traveling to Wheatley. And you already know, anytime somebody trying to jump off a pipe to you, nigga, all bets is off. I mean, not in a situation like that, you know what I'm saying? But if pipe finna get dropped off somewhere, I don't care what's going on, you gotta go get that bad boy. But in a situation like this, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Wheatley was killed. Roberson sent the same individual a link to a news story about Wheatley's murder. Clowned out. After the murder, the 5 defendants drove away from the scene in Oford's Ford Fusion and Roberson's Chrysler 300 on July 28, 2020. Oford had this individual was later charged with lawful possession of firearm, the gun. Okay, so Offer had purchased the Ford Fusion from the dealership using fraudulent pay stubs to establish his income. So they got a lot of information. If they know, like, come on, man, how you got your car, they don't went that deep into it. On or about August 3rd, 2020, the dealership discovered the fraud and communicated with Orford. I think I'm saying that nigga name right. Offered August 3rd and 4th, asking him to return the vehicle. According to the phone records, on 4:35, approximately 9 minutes after Wheatley was murdered, Orford told the dealership that he was on his way to return the car. In fact, Orford, accompanied by co-defendant Smart, drove the Ford Fusion to the dealership immediately after Wheatley shooting and returned the vehicle to the dealership. After Wheatley was killed and the 2 vehicles containing 5 of the defendants left the area, Turpin walked a short distance from where he had been standing on Oak Street to check out the murder scene. Like, man, boy, you even on video there. Turpin walking down Oak Street in the direction of where Wheatley had been killed. As he walked, Turpin held his phone up to his face as though he were on a call. Turpin walked to a point where he was almost directly across the street from Wheatley had been killed. While still on the phone, he stopped, stood high on his toes to look in Wheatley's direction, turned around and walked away. Based on video from the area, eyewitness testimony the government expects to introduce at trial, Turpin drove to and left Oak Street in a silver Buick vehicle on 2 separate occasions, in 2017 and 2020. Turpin was pulled over for traffic offenses in both times and was driving in the silver Buick like the silver Buick he had drove on August 20th. Damn, they got him all the way in 2017 and got the what evidence? This is evidence establishing purpose and activities. To prove alleged violation, the government must prove beyond reasonable doubt that the O Block Street Gang was an enterprise within the meaning of the statute. That enterprise was engaged in racketeering activity, that the defendants committed the charge of act of violence, namely Wheatley murder, that they did so to gain interest or maintain or increase their position in the enterprise. Man, they gonna slap them with the RICO. We already know that, but let's get some more of this. The 7th Circuit Court upheld admission of evidence on charged criminal acts to presume. That's not what we're looking for. Rule of permits admission. No. Evidence under associated prior acts of violence of enterprise. The government will offer evidence. Acts of violence, category, central government, both cases, the government must prove violence was a way to increase statute within the enterprise and violence on behalf of the enterprise was publicly glorified. And which one is that? Further described as the government taking up the proffer Government introduced the testimony and evidence that O Block. So they got somebody that's gonna go in there and say that's how. So they got somebody in there that's snitching, that's going to sit there and say basically they gonna pull a Gunna. That's what Gunna did. Now basically, y'all, what Gunna did, that's what they gonna do, and just say this was a gang, and this is how you actually go in the ranks. Persons who were not seen, not serious about the purpose of the enterprise, such as killing ops or bringing in money, were deemed goofy. Person with a lower or no status in the enterprise who could not be trusted by the enterprise to perform critical assignments. In terms of act of violence, enterprise inducing 2011 murder of Dale Fisher. Fisher was an STL gangster, discipled by O Block, T-Roy, and others. Whoa, it says in terms, O Block Enterprise allied or clicked up with other gang sets. When they did so, the Enterprise and their clicked up sets would share ops. In terms of specific acts of violence, the government anticipates introducing evidence of the 2011 murder of Dale Fisher. While Fisher was in the STL gangster disciple territory by O Block member T-Roy and others, the government also intends to introduce evidence of the 2014 murder of Jaikira Barnes in the STL territory by Davon Bennett. So they gonna talk about King Von killing Kyra. They talking about T-Roy getting killed by in a stove. Man, that's crazy. Referencing T-Roy and other dead bitches. Okay. The government testimony that introduced about these murders and summarizes as the reference to T-Roy and other dead bitches. Okay. These murders, along with others, the government may seek to introduce at trial at part of the years-long cycle. So they gonna talk about all the murders back and forth at the trial, y'all. They gonna talk about when T-Roy died. I wonder who killed T-Roy. Man, I forgot his name, man. Can't get right. I'm gonna say, was it Get Right? Or it was the other dude. Forgot his name, man. Y'all know him. He's always with Can't Get Right. It's one of the two. One of the two, man. What the fuck is his name? Y'all know his name, man. I can't even say it. I can't even think of it. The fuck is that nigga name? The fuck, man. I forgot his name. But y'all know him, though. He died too, man. Paying homage to the deceased members and others was important. If y'all know the nigga name, man, write in the comment section below, man. But I think it ain't Can't Get Right. It's man, bro, say the nigga name. Say it in the comment section below, bro. But let's get it though. Paying homage to the deceased members and others was important to O Block as an enterprise and was one of its undefining features. For examples, as in, okay, this ain't nothing too important. By the same token, O Block confirmed respect enterprise. Okay, O Block Federation, O Block STL, retribute and design, protect. An alternative to the extent the murders described above does not constitute direct evidence. They are admissible for drug trafficking evidence affiliation with O Block. That's gonna be easy because they got the chains. And then we got MUWOP right here. Other black disciples clicked up with O Block defendant Thomas posted using the social media handle O Block C Thang 64 C Thang on August 10, 20. Only about a week after Weekly's murder, he posted, "Baby, I'm O Block." In addition, the government intends to introduce evidence that members and associated with the enterprise, including defendant Smart, offered created shared music. So they're gonna bring the music videos on there. Like they're gonna show this dude from 63rd, they're gonna show that. This is the new thing that they putting in there though. This just got filed on the 11th. Here the government had to prove Vega was a murder of the MS-13 element. So they just showing old cases after that. It says finally, the falsification of records in order to obtain a car is not prejudicial. That's the outweigh. Okay. Turpin's previous traffic stop in the silver Buick, they gonna introduce that. So basically, this all the evidence they gonna be introducing, man. The old traffic stop. They gonna show the old falsification records. So basically, they gonna be proving that he pulled out the car. They gonna be proving that all these niggas is old block, and they gonna be proving that they killed the murderer. If they can prove all that, with Dirk being in the mix and considered a high-ranking member of all this, man, he could be going down to. They might try to say like, but again though, y'all, I'm gonna be giving y'all updates on all this though. You know what I'm saying? On all this, you gotta buy this. You know what I'm saying? I bought this one for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I can go ahead and buy the rest of them. But these bad boys is $5 a page. And how many pages is that? Not $5, 50 cents a page. It costed $5 for this one. So this is like this one, yeah. So with that being said, y'all, it cost me $5 to do this video, basically, man. And I'll go ahead and get the rest of them for y'all. If y'all want me to go through them, let me know in the comment section below. But it seems as though that the one that my man's SETI read here came off of this day, 4th. They got some free ones on here though, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, here go a free one too. If y'all want the website, let me know. But these is free ones. Yeah, though, man. If y'all want me to go ahead and document this whole thing, man, and keep y'all up to date with them, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit all post notifications. I know I just ran through this one real quick. I'll give y'all a little better insight on the next one. You know what I'm saying? Take my time and read through it completely. If y'all want me to do that, let me know in the comment section below. How do y'all want me to continue with updating y'all on these case files, man? So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. We out of here.